What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Zed back at it again with another video, and we have probably it's gonna be one of my new favorite videos that I think I've done in a very long time. But before we get into that, make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the subscribe, and make sure you comment on this video below. I've been cranking out content almost weekly for you guys. I think I've been doing sometime even in some weeks more than 2-3 videos. So if you want to come here for any nursing content, CNA content, or nursing student content, this is the place to be. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and help out the channel, because all three of those things helps me, go up in the algorithm for these videos to be seen. So go ahead and do that for me because it helps me out. Also, make sure you go to Instagram and follow me on the gram at LuckyleftZ. I'll make sure to post it right here, and I'll also make sure to put it in the description below. I've been getting a lot of comments from you guys, and I appreciate every comment. Almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is crazy because y'all know in July we just hit 1,000, which is insane. It's super duper insane. And I'm actually have to go to work tonight, so I figured this would be a good time video, a good time to record this video and get this video out to you guys. I have a class first, so I'm going to class now, and then I'll go to work at 7 p.m. It's 4:23 as we speak right now, and I have class at 5. So yeah, 4:23 right now. I have class at 5, and yeah, so it's gonna be a quick class, hour class, and I'll go to work right after. But let's go ahead and get into it. What you guys came in for: the nighttime schedule or nighttime routine of me being a CNA, and the nighttime routine of a CNA. So my nighttime routine, it basically consists of me getting to work at 7 p.m. Some hospitals are stricter than others. I would say that if you work at a hospital, 7 p.m. is 100% the time that you have to show up. A lot of the stories that I've been hearing about times for hospitals, they're a lot stricter than nursing homes. So I've already done a video on nursing homes versus hospitals. Go ahead and check that video out. But yeah, the nursing homes that you would work at, they are oftentimes, and what I'll say is probably not good for me to say this, oftentimes a lot less strict than the hospitals that you're going to be working at. My hospital, you have to be there at 7 or you lose. It's like a point system, basically. You have to be there at 7 or you will lose points, all that good stuff. But the good thing is that if you are there on time, you will be fine, and the points don't add up as quick, so you do have some leeway with that. But if you work in a hospital, I advise you to get there on time. But that's not the purpose of this video. Let's keep getting into it. I get to work at 7 p.m. I'll pack a lunch. Oftentimes throughout the night, you have your burst of energy and you have your slumps as well. I feel like I'm fighting an uphill battle sometime when it comes to working nights. So you will catch, a lot of nurses, CNAs eating at night to kind of keep themselves awake, drinking a lot of coffee at night to kind of keep themselves awake. But the first thing I do is go ahead and clock in. We use a badge. I don't want to show you guys my badge because HIPAA, privacy, all that good stuff. But yeah, so I use my badge, you swipe in. Get there at 7, you do report. I'm not sure. Typically at a nursing home, I don't get report from any nursing facility I've ever been to except for one. And I've been doing this for a little more than a year now. So for me to be doing this a little more than a year, and at a nursing home, I don't get report. But at a hospital, you get report every single shift. They call it huddle. They call it report. And they call it, I'm trying to think of another word. I don't really have one. They just call it huddle. They call it huddle. They call it report. But you have to go to report is where the nurses, the charge nurse, oftentimes a doctor might be present, or even your CNAs as well. Everybody sits, they talk about the unit, talk about the expectations, what's going on, any updates that anyone's missing. You stay for that, you listen to it, and you hear the charge nurse out, because typically it's information for your nurses, information for your techs, information for everybody that's working on that unit, basically. what to expect, how many Foleys are on the floor, how many, central lines are on the floor, PIC lines are on the floor, how many DNRs are on the floor, what family is staying with who. All the information is super duper important because it helps you have a good shift. It helps you have a good unit. You stay for that unit. You stay for that huddle. And then my routine, everybody's routine is probably going to be different, but I'll go ahead and hop right on vitals because typically you have your Q4 vitals, you have your Q6 vitals, and sometimes, depending on the situation, you even have Q2. Q2, it stands for, I guess, the time periods that nurses would administer medicine, but as for techs, because, we're a tech mainly channel as of right now while I'm still doing school, but we focus simply on Q2 is like every 2 hours, Q4 every 4 hours, Q6 every 6 hours, and so on. But you have your vitals, you knock them out, you do them your first round, second round, third round, every time you do your vitals, and then intermediate roundings in between those. But typically, as a night shift, I feel like that's basically it. Every unit is different. When I worked on a neuro floor, it was more of, more frequent rounding. You're supposed to round at least once per hour, but oftentimes if you have a patient that is, disoriented, trying to get up, you'll hear their bed alarm go off. You'll go to them. Sometimes they're hitting a button, and since it's neuro, they're confused, so they don't know. Typically on my cardiac, everybody's ambulatory. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody is fully aware of their actions. So it's a much calmer night, but it's also more difficult in other ways because typically those patients are walking more. Those patients are up more, so they're asking for more things. But every unit that you work on is going to be different. Every unit that you work on is going to require work. I think that nighttime definitely provides you a little more downtime than working in the days, but also you don't want to neglect patients. You don't want to neglect your work. You want to be able to still, do a good job and provide the best care that you can for your patients and the best care to assist your nurses. What I will say is, if you do decide to work nights, make sure that you sleep an adequate amount before your shift, because sleeping is a big no-no for night shift. You're there to be awake, you're there to take care of the patients, and I don't want to be such like a stickler, but it is very unsafe for you to sleep during the shifts, because your patients need you. And you never know what can happen. Anything can happen in the world of healthcare. Anything can happen in the world of health, and it's so sporadic and it's so it's so unscheduled. You would need to be at your full capacity for it. So what I usually do is I would, if I don't have class that day, I'm going to sleep, and I'm sleeping a good amount to make sure I'm prepared. If I'm working 3 days in a row, making sure to, kind of schedule out my sleep schedules. I'll probably do a video on how I schedule out sleeping, because I know that that's really, really important. And you also have more downtime because it's typically less family there. It's typically less physicians there. And the morning time, you will have OTs, PTs, doctors, family. It's just a lot more action going on in the daytime. And in the night, you don't really have to deal with all that. That's why I work nights, because it works better with my schedule and it's a lot more calm. I feel like I can ask a lot more questions and learn a lot more from the nurses that I am trying to be like, simply. But nighttime routine, I think I covered everything. What happens when you go in, how to prepare for a nighttime shift, and kind of different things to expect for the night. Yeah, if I missed anything, just let me know in the description below. I would love to answer any questions that you guys have. Again, I appreciate all the support that I've been getting. I've been cranking out videos left and right, and as you can see where I am at right now, it is getting dark, and I don't want to lead anybody in the wrong way. So I love when you guys ask me questions. This video was actually asked by someone, I think it was months back, but I didn't get a chance to do the video on it, so I'm doing it now. But make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe. I didn't even say that. Make sure you subscribe, and that'll help me out in the algorithm, all that good stuff. Follow me on the gram. I think I covered everything. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. That's all I got for y'all today. So appreciate it again. Peace.